Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Canal Algérie Midnight News, and these are our top stories. The President of the Republic, Al-Majid Tebboune, received a delegation from the FIFA carrying the 2026 World Cup trophy. Commemorating the 68th anniversary of Said Sidi Youssef massacre, the Prime Minister, speaking on the Tunisian border crossing, praises the deep-rooted fraternal relations and cooperation between the Algerian and Tunisian peoples. The Prime Minister reviews progress on the Eastern Mining Line project in Soukharas province. And in Morocco, the recent floods highlights the Makhzen's mismanagement and the exploitations of the disaster as a cover for forced displacement. Welcome back. The President of the Republic, Al-Majid Tebboune, received this Sunday at the Presidential Palace a FIFA delegation led by the former German international Jürgen Klinsmann, who presented him the replica of the 2026 World Cup trophy in which the national team will take part. Najahtia.
The President of the Republic unveils the World Cup trophy replica visiting Algeria as part of the global promotional tour for football's most prestigious competition. The FIFA delegation, which arrived in Algeria carrying the trophy replica, received a special welcome from the President of the Republic. In the presence of football legends, including Golden Boot winner Rabah Majer and one of Germany's all-time top soccerers, Jürgen Klinsmann, and the national team coach Vladimir Petkovic was also present, along with the dribbling maestro Salah Assad and the former national team icon Lakhtar Belloumi, and the star Ali Ben Sheikh, who thrilled fans in the stands for many years. And a symbol of football struggle and one of the founders of the National Liberation Front team, Mohamed Maouche. Alongside players Zinedine Belaid, Ibrahim Maza and Luka Zidane. Before everyone posed for a commemorative photo with the President of the Republic. Afterwards, the former German football star Jürgen Klinsmann presented the President of the Republic with a miniature World Cup trophy in a moment reflecting Algeria's esteemed standing within the international football bodies. On the sidelines, the President of the Republic exchanged words with the FIFA delegation, underscoring his commitment to developing the football and nurturing future generations. I want to thank the President of the Republic, Al-Majid Tebboune, for the invitation. The former players are here too, and the World Cup has visited Algeria, so why not hope high and dream that it comes back and stays here once we win it?
après la Coupe du Monde, Inch'Allah, pourquoi pas تقعد في الجزائر نفوزوا بها إن شاء الله.
This event took me back to my youth and the excitement of playing in the World Cup. We're here with the best for our young players, hoping they achieve even more than we did. Thank you for the warm welcome. I'm really happy to be here and to have the chance to share this event with all of you.
Pour partager avec nous cet événement.
We're grateful to the President of the Republic for visiting us. We hope to bring joy to our people and aim to reach the highest level at the World Cup.
الحمد لله شفنا الكوب شفنا
Thank God everything has been amazing. We saw the President and the World Cup. It's a huge honor to meet the President Abdelmajid Tebboune, and we hope to do something special at the World Cup.
مليح والحمد لله.
C'est un plaisir, c'est un honneur d'être là.
It's a real pleasure and honor to present my country, especially at the World Cup. For a football player, there's nothing better. We're competitors. We're going there to win every match.
Et on va aller là-bas pour gagner tous les matchs.
The 68th anniversary of the Saqqid Sidi Youssef massacres was commemorated this Sunday, marking a powerful symbol on the shared struggle of the Algerian and Tunisian peoples against French colonialism. On this occasion, the Prime Minister, Sifir Riab, acting on behalf of the President of the Republic, co-chaired the ceremony with Tunisian Prime Minister Sarah Zafrani Zanzir at the Saqqid Sidi Youssef border crossing in Tunisia. The two leaders also had talks during which they praised the depth of the historic and fraternal ties between the two brotherly nations. The ceremony reflects the commitment of the both countries' leaderships to strengthening bonds of solidarity and preserving their shared memory, reaffirming common history, destiny and legacy of their peoples. The Prime Minister, accompanied by his Tunisian counterpart, led wreath at the memorial of the martyrs of Saqqid Sidi Youssef and recited Al-Fatiha in their memory. The massacres carried out by the French occupying army saw Algerian and Tunisian bloodshed on the same land, proving that borders have never been a barrier to solidarity and the shared struggle of two brotherly peoples. And on that occasion, the Prime Minister made the following statement.
إن تواجدنا اليوم هنا لإحياء الذكرى 68.
Our presence here today as we commemorate the 68th anniversary of the Saqqid Sidi Youssef massacres is an opportunity to learn from the past and renew our commitment to preserve a history built on struggle and sacrifice. It also aims to strengthen cooperation between our two brotherly countries and to move toward a strategic and inclusive partnership in line with the aspirations of President Abdelmajid Tebboune and President Qais Said and their shared commitment to reinforce brotherly ties and meet the hopes of our two peoples for unity, prosperity and shared well-being.
وتحقيق تطلعات شعبينا الشقيقين لتحقيق المزيد من الوحدة والازدهار والرفاه المشترك.
For her part, the Tunisian Prime Minister emphasized the deep-rooted relations between the two brotherly countries, stressing the desire of the leaders of both countries to strengthen bilateral cooperation and elevate it to higher levels. We'll listen.
This commemoration embodies the depth of the fraternal and historical ties between the two countries, rooted in the collective memory of both peoples. It also constitutes a faithful tribute to the sacrifices of the martyrs who fell in defense of freedom, dignity and independence, as well as a renewed message to successive generations, affirming that the blood of Tunisians and Algerians shed on the sacred soil sealed an exceptional relationship between two peoples who lived through the same epic struggle, shared the suffering of the common fight and the hopes for liberation, and confronted colonialism and union on a single front.
Later on, the Prime Minister, accompanied by the head of the Tunisian government, visited a photo exhibition dedicated to the Saqqid Sidi Youssef massacres, featuring images documenting the details of the atrocity and bloodshed committed by the French colonizer against the Algerian and Tunisian people. The Prime Minister then emphasized the importance of intensifying efforts to strengthen ties between youth institutions and both sides and to support sustainable development and scientific knowledge. We'll listen.
إن التزامنا المشترك بواجب الوفاء.
Faithful to our duty of loyalty to our valiant martyrs who fought during these events, we are called upon to renew our commitment to resolutely pursue our path toward opening new opportunities for our youth, particularly those in the border regions, enabling them to realize their dreams and transform these shared borders into true hubs of work, development and well-being. The realization of this commitment requires the strengthening of efforts to consolidate communication channels between institutions actions concerned with youth on both sides of the border. In this regard, I commend the results of the 5+5 Algerian-Tunisian Border Universities Forum, whose work focused on knowledge and innovation within a context of economic competitiveness, considered essential lever for structuring our joint efforts to support sustainable development and strengthen scientific integration in the border region between the two countries.
An historical symposium on the Saqqid Sidi Youssef massacres, organized jointly by the EPTV and the University of Algiers III, emphasized the importance to preserve historical memory and pass its lesson to the future generation. The event was attended by the Minister of Communication and senior officials from Algerian and Tunisian public media institutions. Najah Diyar.
Today, the commemoration of the massacres of Saqqid Sidi Youssef is more than a duty of remembrance. It stands as a reaffirmation of historical truth, an act of loyalty to the martyrs, and a reminder of the shared destiny and struggle of the Algerian and Tunisian peoples. The French Air Force bombing of the Tunisian village on February 8, 1958, remains one of the darkest crimes of the anti-colonial era.
La télévision publique
The public television seeks to demonstrate once again and consistently that the national efforts, particularly those related to memory, must stem from the will and involvement of the citizens. Through this initiative, the aim is to convey to the public opinion in Algeria, Tunisia and beyond that the relationship between Tunisia and Algeria goes far beyond material interests, whether commercial, economic, political or diplomatic. It is a relationship sealed in blood. Revisiting these dates of the remembrance is a fight against forgetting. It strengthens Algerian-Tunisian relations, refreshes collective memory, and equips the young people, especially young journalists, as we are in a journalism faculty, with the tools to understand this important chapter in the history of Tunisia and Algeria.
Our ties, our Tunisian-Algerian brotherhood will be lasting. It is, and I want to emphasize, a historic relationship that has always existed and will endure forever.
Academics, researchers and historians took part in this historical colloquium, seeking to transform memory into a tool of knowledge and awareness, particularly for students and younger generations, organized by the Algerian Television in partnership with the Faculty of Information and Communication Sciences. The event aimed to revive the collective memory, document the facts and transmit history. The shared blood that was shed has strengthened the bonds of brotherhood as well as the relations between Algeria and Tunisia, creating a solid foundation.
This conference is very valuable, as we learned a great deal about Algeria's history, particularly its scholarly and intellectual period.
I think that this conference is really important to me because it showed the real colors of the colonizer.
Preserving the truth against forgetting and falsification, the transmission of the history of Saqqid Sidi Youssef underscores that a youth rooted in its past is better prepared to build the future.
Instructed by the President of the Republic, the Prime Minister Sifiri paid a working visit to Soqaras province, during which he inspected the progress of the strategic project to modernize and double-track the Eastern Mining Railway line. The 422-kilometer project linking Annaba to Bled al-Hadba aims to strengthen railway infrastructure, increase transport capacity and ensure passengers safe and good transport. On the sidelines of the Cairo meeting of the President of the African Supreme and Constitutional Court, the President of the Constitutional Court, Leila Aslaoui, met with the Vice President of the Senegalese Constitutional Council, Amina Tadiat. The two parties discussed partnership opportunities and the exchange of experiences. Tragedy strikes once again in Morocco. Successive crises are hitting hard. High living costs, record unemployment and natural disaster have left hundreds homeless with no help in sight. Ikram Belkhadi, sorry.
A series of social crises continue to unfold in Morocco, highlighting serious gaps in Mahsen's management of public affairs. Housing demolishes carried out without prior notice and the absence of support for flood victims have left many citizens facing growing uncertainty.
Our home has been destroyed. We grew up here. We have nothing left. There's nothing left for us.
It's shameful. Morocco is divided in two. One class that lives well and another that is living a real catastrophe.
We will not leave this place even if they have to destroy our homes over our heads.
Residents are left to bear the consequences of the floods alone, as fragile infrastructure and failing public services are laid bare. Our children are no longer going to school. We are afraid to go outside or to visit a doctor. The Makhzen's inaction in the face of Morocco's crisis exposes a system that neglects its population while favouring its own interests.
That was the Midnight News. Thank you very much for joining us. Stay tuned on Canal Algérie. Bye for now.